Hi guys, I have got a book recommendation slash review to share with you guys today, and this is a really good book that I feel like it deserves a standalone video. So last year I did some like book review mashups, like if I'd read a few books I kind of like did 3 or 4 together in one video, which I probably will still do again this year, or I may do them separately. We'll see how things go. But this one had a place in my heart, and so I wanted to do a separate video for you, and it is this one. It is The Snowman. How do you pronounce this author's name? Michael Morpurgo. Now, I hadn't actually heard of Michael Morpurgo until I saw this book. Now, he's like super famous. Is he like the poet laureate, or he's the he's like the official kind of there's nothing in here. Oh my gosh, it doesn't say. He's like something important. I can't remember what he is, but I know, so he's got in here like he wrote Warhorse, which is like super famous. I've never read it. And he's written Flamingo Boy, Kensuke's Kingdom, Private Peaceful, Waiting for Anya, Mimi and the Mountain Dragon, The Best Christmas Present in the World, On Angel Wings, and The Last Wolf. Never heard of any of those books. I've heard of the Warhorse, but I've never read it. So yeah, this was my first introduction to Michael Morpurgo. So, but isn't the cover beautiful? It's like a silver foiled, and it's got this die cut in here. So you open it up and it's got this beautiful scene, and I just think that is absolutely stunning, stunningly beautiful. So I am of an age where I remember The Snowman coming out on the TV at Christmas. I can't remember. I know it was early 80s, but I can't remember. Is it in here? Oh, it does tell you about Michael Morpurgo. Yes, there we go. In 2003, Michael became the 3rd Children's Laureate, a position helped to create with blah. So yeah, I knew I wasn't like totally crazy about the laureate thing. So The Snowman. Here we go. Producer John Coates created a 26-minute animated version of The Snowman, which was first broadcast on Channel 4 on Boxing Day in 1982. Channel 4 has shown the film every Christmas since, and it's got some information bits at the back of the book. So yeah, I would have been 1 year old when that came out. So I do not remember watching the first one or the first 2, probably even the first 3, but I do. It is the Snowman is like very well ingrained in my memory, and it's just a part of me. It's a part of me. It's a part of my Christmas. It's I just really love it. I think it's beautiful. It's the Raymond Briggs. I love all of Raymond Briggs's work, actually. I do. I love Snowman and the Snow Dog as well. At first, when they first did Snowman and the Snow Dog, I was a little bit skeptical, because I was like, no, the Snowman is a classic. I really don't see how you can do this. No, it's just gonna ruin it. But it didn't. I absolutely love it, and I love listening to the soundtracks. I love it so much. So when I saw this book, I was a bit like, I've got to have it, but then I was like, but do I want it? I've got to have it, but do I want it? Because I was like, this, as I said, the Snowman just holds like such a special place in my heart. I wasn't sure if I was ready for it, but then I was. What I'm saying is, I didn't want this book to ruin The Snowman for me, but it didn't. It actually enhanced it, and has enhanced my love of The Snowman even more. It's a slim book. It doesn't have many pages. It's 127 pages. It didn't take me very long to read at all. The end bit has got an afterword there, written by Michael Morpurgo, and he says himself, like, I'm going to read it to you. He says, "When it was first suggested to me that I might retell Raymond Briggs' The Snowman as a novella, I thought it was not a good idea at all. Here is a book known and loved by millions. It has no words because it did not need any words. So no, don't do it. Leave it alone. The book is iconic, quite wonderful enough as it is." Then I watched the film of it again. There was animation, there was music, and the story was not exactly the same. And it was a great film, one that has become as much loved as the book. So then I thought it again. Isn't it a fine idea to tell the story in different ways? So yeah, I'm really glad he did it. So it basically is the same story. As he says, like, it's true. The animated film has no words, just a beautiful "we're walking to the air." Love it or hate it, I love it. And then obviously the books were just picture books. They have gone on to produce various different versions of the books. Some do have like a bit of narration and a few words in, but the classic, which I do have, the original, there's no words at all. Literally because the pictures tell the story. But for small children, that does sometimes involve the adults kind of like telling the story. So yeah, so what he has done basically is he has taken a wordless story, a wordless book, a wordless film, and he has written the story. The story goes with the film, but there is a slight twist which I don't want to tell you about. There's a couple of slight twists. There is an extra character that we see in here that is not in the original story. So it's beautifully illustrated, by the way. It's illustrated by Robin Shaw, and there's lots of illustrations throughout. So I think the illustrations are pretty spot on with the originals. I'm not quite sure Father Christmas is 100% the same though. But all the others are. So we're introduced to a different character in this version, and that is Grandma. Grandma wasn't in the original, but we do have a Grandma in this book. And yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, but yeah, as I said, there is a little twist. So I'm just showing you some of the illustrations while I talk. So there is a little bit of a twist to the story, and all I'm going to say is that it takes the concept of there being no words, like no, or shall we say no audio, takes that concept of no audio and weaves that into the book in a different way. In terms of, right, close your ears now if you do not want to hear this. And when I put my thumb up, that will be when you can listen again, okay? So basically it takes the concept of like James is in a bit of a silent world because he has a stammer, and because of his stammer or his stutter, he's a little bit isolated, he's a little bit withdrawn, doesn't really have that many friends, so it's quite a quiet world that he lives in. But the snowman and the experience that he has with the snowman almost helps to heal him, like helps to sort of take away the trauma. This is like the underlying adult's version of it. It doesn't really talk about trauma and healing in the book at all. It doesn't. But basically that's what he's done. He's the snowman has filled a void in James's life where James is very introverted and very inward, very quiet, doesn't really have a lot of friends because of his speech impediment, and the snowman helps with his confidence and helps to bring him out of himself, which is an interesting concept, because that's not in the book. That's the original book. That's not in the original film, but he's taken that silence and woven it in that way, which I think was quite genius. Okay, you can put the audio back on again now. So yeah, I I thought that was really clever. And so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Gonna read it again this year because I absolutely loved it. I did a read aloud of it with my eldest, and she really enjoyed it too. In the back of the book, it's got it's got some like little things. It's got like some sketches of like the original in there. Some like more, and then it's got like just got information really about it, which is I thought was a nice nice touch. Christmas traditions around the world. How to build the perfect snowman. Continued. Yeah, I just think it's amazing. I really enjoyed this book. He took, as I say, he took a classic, didn't ruin it, but created another classic, like a sideline classic. So we've got the original and this one like working together. They're two classics, I think. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice cozy read, a retake on a classic, one that is definitely suitable for children, there is nothing in my opinion, so please, if you think there's going to be anything that might trigger your people around you, maybe read it first. But in my opinion, I don't think there's anything triggering. It doesn't, as I say, it doesn't mention anything about trauma or healing in here. That's just my interpretation. And I think you can just take it at a top level, or you can take it deep in terms of the meaning. So I think it's a very safe read, and a beautiful book and a beautiful read. So yeah, totally recommend that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel because there'll be more book reviews. And if you'd like to help me out a bit and you're thinking of purchasing this book, I'll pop an affiliate link to my Amazon below. Obviously you don't have to buy it with my Amazon link, but any little extra pennies really comes in handy. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.